We are a justice-making, truth-seeking people. We share a reverence for the mystery of life. We are building a beloved community. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning, Birmingham Unitarian Church.
Good morning.
It is good to be together again. Whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary, remotely via Zoom, or watching this recording later, it is good to connect with you. As a multi-platform church, it is important for us to build a bridge between online and in-person participants. We are calling this connection opportunity Greeting Our Virtual Neighbors. First, we will project the image of folks who are currently on Zoom up here on our screen and ask them to turn their cameras on and give us a wave. Now, we who are gathered in person will turn to face the camera in the back of the sanctuary and give them a wave. Whenever and however we connect with BUC, we are building BUC. At home, on campus, in the world, every day, we are Birmingham Unitarian Church, and we are building the beloved community.
We join with other Unitarian Universalists around the world as we light our chalice. Our chalice lighting this morning comes to us from Catherine Callahan. As the chalice is lit, let us come together into the sacred space we have created. Let the cares of the day fall away, and know that here is a place for quiet reflection, for a pause in our lives, for breathing into our true selves. Let what is said and felt here add richness into the dimensions of our lives and spiritual practices. We are strong together in community. We share the experience of being human. Let the warmth of the chalice lit during our time together connect and carry us into the world.
Hi, everybody. I'm the person that keeps forgetting things. All right, so please join me and rise in body or spirit to sing hymn 1003, Where Do We Come From? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
The mission of Birmingham Unitarian Church is to be a free and welcoming religious community that encourages lives of integrity, learning, service, and joy. One way we live out this mission is by giving half of our weekly offering to a nonprofit organization that shares our values and addresses needs in one of these areas: environmental action, civic economic justice, civic engagement, and racial justice. We support a new organization each month, except in the summer when we support a new organization for a longer period of time. From now through July 9th, our plate collection recipient is Freedom House Detroit. Freedom House Detroit serves individuals and families who have fled from persecution in their native country and are seeking humanitarian protection in the United States. 70% of its clients are victims of torture. Freedom House provides stable housing, legal aid, mental and medical health care access, and employment training while people await approval of their asylum application. Because of its comprehensive and integrated care model, 85% of its clients exit with jobs and move into independent housing. The UC has supported previous Freedom House projects. Our plate donations at this time will help fund a new kitchen for their facility, which serves about 50 people daily. Let there be an offering in support of our beloved community and organizations that build the world we dream about. This morning's offering will now be received with gratitude. Ushers, please come forward. We are a church of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. With gratitude, we dedicate this offering to the good works of our congregation and dedicate ourselves to its service.
We come now to the time in our service that we set aside for practices like prayer and centering. We begin each week with a sharing of joys and sorrows. This morning we've heard from Christine. Christine says, "I have been having severe anxiety when driving." And she continues, "I ask for prayers of protection and security. May this anxiety be relieved." We also hear this morning from Cheryl Courage. Cheryl would like us to know that Marina has graduated from the 5th grade at Pembroke, and she's headed to Derby Middle School in the fall. Congratulations, Marina. And from Kimmery Campbell. Kimmery says, "It's a joy tinged with a little sadness to see the rope class of 2019 bridging. They are the last in a long line of BUC youth who Kimmery was fortunate to know well, and they are remarkable and delightful." Yeah. So the Beale House has a joy this week. We're very grateful for baby Micah, who's here with us today. I've spent the last 2 years telling people that babies don't come from the foster system, and you certainly don't get them at the last minute. That's just on TV, and guess what happened? I should know by now. So we're grateful for him. It is a road still to go towards adoption, but we're grateful to have experience with that with Bowen, and looking forward to adding him more officially to our family soon. I invite you now to join me in the spirit of prayer and centering. We are brought together on this late spring morning to celebrate our young people, to celebrate the possibility that the future holds for all of us. We are here to acknowledge that life is different than it once was. And as we bridge these young people out into the world, we go into a world that those of us who are not teenagers do not understand. May they bear us with patience as we try to offer helpful words in these days. May they bring strength and love and hope to the future. May they be gentle with us in our failings to have done so ourselves. Spring is a time of hope and gratitude and planning. May we lay plans in store that will keep us busy and bring us to a beautiful fruition of what it means to be Unitarian Universalist and to be the beloved community. Our youth are not here to guide our way, but may we find an example in them. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be. We'll spend time together now in silence.
Good morning. I want to offer a welcome to those new to our congregation and community, and a thanks to those with whom I have previously bonded with in the beautiful atmosphere we have here at BUC. My name is Rock Deering, and I'm a senior in Goosh. During my time here at BUC, I have made memories, shared experiences, and instilled core values that I will carry with me for the rest of my time here on Earth. Throughout my advancement from the array of colored doors through owl and rope, I've learned about history, the body, and spiritual guidance. Since joining Goosh, I've learned, in addition, how to give back to the community in the best ways to do so as a caring and loving member of society. I want to start my reflection by sharing some essential things I've gained from BUC. One trait that is solidified in our stature is that of interpretation. Since my first experiences at BUC, valuing and understanding interpretation has shaped me to become creative, open-minded, and caring. Thought-provoking discussions during rope, watching services of different religions, and listening to speeches stating cases on whether to change parts of the church all equally contribute to my mindset. I also enjoy the freedom that our mindsets as Unitarian Universalists bring to the world. A religion that lacks no boundaries to a book or sacred text, yet takes influences from those sources. A faith that lacks no boundaries regarding identity, yet manages to operate powerfully in a world that is still not fully compliant with doing so. A community that welcomes all, growing and blooming with love and inclusion, much like that of the daffodil tradition we celebrate. So yesterday was a beautiful moment in which the great of human kindness indeed shows. Yesterday, during our rehearsal for the service, my French horn broke. I searched for someone who could fix it, and the last option was a place in Livonia I had previously trusted. I brought my instrument in, and the owner said fixing it would be a struggle in time for my performance. I tried other options, hoping for the best. I left and intended to return when called. Soon I received a call that it was fixed and ready. As I entered the building, the clerk told me that this repairman had made it his goal to solve my issues, disregarding if he had previously decided he would close his shop for the evening. His actions, although seeming like a nice gesture, are more profound than that procession of events. His service for me aligns exceptionally well with those I'm speaking to today, whether shown through our plate collection, South Oakland shelter, or blessing bags. Generosity, kindness, and the goodwill of the human spirit are some things we seek to embrace in every aspect of our lives, and I credit BUC for guiding me on a path to not only recognizing kind actions like this, but in addition, providing them. Due to these actions, I could express myself through playing. I specifically picked this movement by Mozart as it was lyrical and important to pick on a day when I could express myself through music. Respecting others and their forms of expression is necessary for unity, community, and love as we kindle the strong flame that represents these today. To close, BUC has helped me in more ways than any other group I've been a part of. Whether following the 7 principles, listening to a sermon, or just being a part of this tight-knit community, love, kindness, and support for everyone with good intentions is something I strive to do in my lifetime. I want to thank Reverend Mandy and the BUC community again, and thank you for listening to my reflection.
Is it working? Hi. I would like to invite everyone to sing along with me. The lyrics should be up there. Come a little bit closer. Hear what I have
Good morning. As I stand here at the pulpit for the last time as a member of BUC's youth program, I cannot help but reflect on all the people and experiences that comprised my religious education. I'd like to thank my DREs, Kimmery, Nico, and Shannon, for providing me with an outstanding curriculum and facilitating a youth group where everyone feels like an essential part. Reverend Mandy for all that she does for the congregation, but especially her help with pastoral care. All the volunteers who gave time out of their weekends to help grow Goosh and nurture my classmates and my spiritual growth, and the RE Council for supporting us, and of course my parents for everything. You may know me from my time serving on the DRE Search Committee, the Reopening Task Force, RE Council, a short stint on social and environmental justice, as well as working in the toddler room and as the RE assistant. I've spoken at the last 7 Youth Sundays, contributed to bake sales, fundraising, and outreach events, in addition to normal Goosh and youth group activities. This congregation has given me confidence, a community of friends, knowledge, and most of all, a sense of belonging. I formed lifelong memories during my rite of passage experience trip to Boston with my classmates. I learned leadership and communication skills through committee work. I was able to work through difficult coming-of-age problems with the help of pastoral care associates, and I got my first job working in the toddler room and as BUC's RE assistant. But the most valuable thing that the church has given me is the confidence to feel like I belong. However, I would be remiss if I did not note the hard times as well. I attended RE classes through my 4 years of high school under 4 different DREs, the COVID pandemic and virtual classes, dwindling attendance, and difficulty gaining volunteers. The apparent lack of attention that was often paid to the youth program made me feel like we weren't valued and aren't important. I have heard times of when we had a thriving youth program full of many kids, and it saddens me that our program is not at that state today. There are a lot of misconceptions associated with the RE program and its department, but the flat-out truth is that we have a long ways to go. There were days where committee work seemed too difficult to get through. There were days where generational gaps between adult congregants and myself seemed too far a gap to bridge. And there were days where being a youth in this congregation meant a stigma and general lack of respect extended to us, even as an equal member of the congregation. There were times where it felt like I was giving to this church more than I was taking away from it. But I am proud that I did not quit. Back in 8th grade, when I wrote my credo, I noted that the 7 principles were the most important part of my spirituality. But now, looking back at it, along with my experiences throughout these 12 years of RE, the principle that sticks out the most to me would be the 4th principle, the free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Every Sunday that I spent hours at church, weeknights in committee meetings, or any other opportunity that linked me closer with the church helped me on my spiritual journey. There are dozens of congregants who I've built relationships with who made me feel like I belonged here and took a special interest to my spiritual journey. Small conversations during coffee hour or stories heard in passing about good works in the church helped me remember why I love this community. My relationship with the church has grown and complicated over the last 18 years to an extent that's difficult to put into words. There were teary nights where I questioned whether youth group was a productive endeavor for me and whether or not I felt valued in this space. However, I would not be able to get up here and share this information with you all if I did not feel supported enough to do so. As seen through my resume at church, this means something to me. Oftentimes, church work felt to me like a battle. It's a battle debating principles versus Article 2, a battle about inclusive language, or a battle about funding and awareness for youth programs. Fighting these battles is often hard and draining, but reflecting on them led me to a main conclusion. These fights, the strife, and the joy all prove that I love this church enough to get upset about it. BUC is my home, and I am proud of the mark that I left on it, and I am proud of the lessons that it instilled in me. Thank you.
Good morning. So, ever since I started attending this church around late 2016, I noticed a peace pole tucked away on the path from the courtyard to the Chapek Woods. I've always loved peace poles wherever I've seen them, so this one's always stuck around in my head. For those who may be unaware, a peace pole is a pointed pole with the phrase, "May peace prevail on earth," in different languages on each side as a symbol of peace, love, and unity. Seeing as I'm leaving Goosh this year and watching plenty of tensions rise in the church, along with Eighth Principle and Article 2 and all sorts of other things, I wanted to leave a symbol that we're still all in this together, no matter our differences of opinion or where we are in the world. The original plan was to replace the peace pole on that trail, but after learning it was placed in memorial of someone, we didn't feel right doing that. So with the help of Dan Consuth and Shan Sneidman, we acquired the materials to build a brand new one that is going in the courtyard. Well, it is in the courtyard now. Sorry, give me. The rest of the Goosh group helped pick out all 8 languages that are placed on it. We settled on Czech, Ukrainian, English, Anishinaabe-Mawan, which is the language of the Native American tribes that inhabited this area before, and Hebrew, Arabic, sign language, and animal tracks, which, while they are not any sort of human-readable language, still tie into our 7th principle that peace also applies to nature. And the rest of the youth group also helped in touching up after I painted the pole and all the lettering. While we were unable to do it before today, we plan to put a layer of glow-in-the-dark paint over all the lettering to show that peace also prevails in darkness. So, as this is also a message about unity, there will be plenty of chances for everyone to be involved in this project. At the current moment, we're planning on starting a painted rock garden at the base of it, where anyone can contribute. And in the future, and for future youth groups, when the paint inevitably starts peeling, a chance to paint it how they decide, and may even choose some different languages. And just because it wasn't very clear, we ordered a dedication plate for the one on the trail. Thank you.
So, roughly 2 years ago, I had a choir teacher. I mean, everybody has a choir teacher, unless you're not in choir, in which case I don't understand you. But when I was told to just not come to a concert, it broke my heart. My choir teacher was, how do we put this, emotionally insensitive. So a year later, when I started high school, I joined a new choir with a director that treats me like his daughter. And when the choir sang this song, I knew I'd flown away home. So without further ado, I'd like to present Fly Away Home by Pink Zebra. Can I get that note, please? I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through
see. I'll climb to the mountain tops. Won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see. And after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. But life is a vision. That's just how it should be. And the world is a canvas, and the choices are free. So at the end of the journey, when all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Ooh, 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 ooh. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know, and the roads come together. That's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away home.
I'd like to invite all the high school seniors to join me up here on the chancel at this time. And if you're a high school senior on Zoom, I invite you to listen to this ritual, knowing that it is for you and that our community is not bound by the walls of this room, but extends out to everyone joining on Zoom, wherever you are. A bridging ceremony is the celebration of the transition from adolescence to young adulthood. Your lives are full of graduation and parties and saying goodbye to the people and places of your childhood. What makes a bridging ceremony difficult is that it speaks to the spiritual meaning of this transition. You are leaving behind your childhood and its protections for the great adventure and the freedom of adulthood. It is a time of great joy. You should be totally ecstatic about the possibilities and the promise of your lives unfolding before you. At the same time, it's reasonable for this experience to be bittersweet or anxiety-provoking or just confusing. Welcome to adulthood. Life is never just one thing. As a reminder of the complexity of adulthood, we give you a rose with thorns. Adult life is full of beauty and wonder, but it is also complicated and difficult. Your life will have moments of joy and moments of sorrow. There will be times when you win and times when you lose. The truth is that the world is not yours for the taking. Quite the opposite. Your job, now that you're adults, is to work for healing the world, to help others deal with their thorns, and to let them help with yours. We give you this rose with thorns because we know you're ready for it. We are confident that you'll be able to handle what comes your way. And I want you to know that through the seasons of your life, you will always have a home in Unitarian Universalism, and you will always have a home in this congregation. And it is in that spirit that I would like to invite the congregation to join me in offering a blessing to the Bridging Youth. I'll start, and then you'll all read the words shown on the screen. Bridging high school seniors, today you leave behind your identity as youth, and we welcome you as adults.
It has been our joy to, I'm trying to help. Slides. Oh no, Taylor's up here. What are we gonna do? Do we have slides? Oh. We don't have them. Wait, no slides. You know what? Why don't I will stand in for the congregation, and then so what I'm going to do is I will read this through the microphone because that's what we do, and then you will say yes, we agree. Okay? Unless you don't agree, and then keep it to yourself. All right, ready? On behalf of the congregation, it has been our joy to watch you grow. Within this community, you have learned about the world, you have asked deep questions, you have shared your laughter and explored who you are. Now you are adults and you enter a new season of life. If so, say yes, we agree. Yes, we agree. All right.
On behalf of Birmingham Unitarian Church, we present you with these roses, a symbol of the beauty and difficulty of adulthood. We give them to you with the thorns because we know that you're ready for the fullness of life.
And on behalf of the congregation, within this church community, at home, at school, and in many other circles, you have learned everything that you need to start your adult life. We believe that you are ready. We have faith in your ability, and we have faith in your integrity. We affirm that you are not alone. You carry us within your hearts, and we carry you in ours. And if you agree, say, yes, we agree.
Yes, we agree. So I have a book for you. It is called Becoming. It's full of words and wisdom from Unitarian Universalists, and I hope that this book will serve as a guide as you set out on your path ahead. I also have an altar kit for you, and in it you will find a cloth, a candle, and then you can choose from one of the stones to use for centering yourself in prayer or meditation. You're welcome to add other things to your kit. However, this altar kit does not come with matches. For that, you'll have to light your own way.
All right, so yeah, you guys have a lot of stuff this year, so we're gonna do this first and then you're gonna get that. All right, you guys, here's the thing. This is where it gets really, really real. When you did that bridging in the 8th grade in 2019, I was here as a candidate to determine whether or not I would work in this congregation. You probably don't remember that, but I do. And I remember thinking that it would be awkward for me to give you a blessing because I didn't know you, and I was wrong, and I was glad that Kim Marie made me do that. She was right. Kim Marie's right about most things. Let the record show. But today, I do know you. Even those of you who haven't been around as much or who feel like you wish you were here more, I do know you. I know who you are because I know where you came from. And I know that there's more to you that I don't know, and that's okay, and that's good. And that's going to continue to grow in the years to come. I know that you know this, but I always feel obligated to say this. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. And I think this graduating class probably knows that more than previously graduating classes, because you've had to watch us go "Ooh," over the past few years and figure out how to do life in the context that we were living under. It is okay to not know what you're doing, and one day, soon, you're gonna go out there and do something terribly dumb and probably break something that you love and have to call your parents and figure out how to deal with it. Don't be embarrassed about that. That's what it is to be a young adult. It's okay. And that's not gonna stop for a while. Just take it as it comes. Remember to laugh at life's lessons. Don't take it personally. The universe is not out to get you. Okay? May you know your bodies as sacred. May you know your decisions as solid. May you know your lives to be your own. I send you now out into this world to be who you are and to find new parts of yourself as you go. As the map of the video game that is your life begins to color in around the edges, may you feel free to explore it, to find all the nooks and crannies, to try things on loosely and determine whether or not they really fit for you. You are always going to be who you are, and you're never going to be who you're not supposed to be. Just keep uncovering who you are as you go. Rock, Nate, Taylor, Audrey, Emma, may you be blessed with peace and grace and love for yourself and the world around you. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be.
At this time, I'd like to invite every adult who has served as an advisor, a teacher, mentor, or guide for these Bridging High School seniors and head to the back of the sanctuary. Any adult who's played a role in the formation of these youth, please head to the back of the sanctuary. In a moment, the seniors will come to you to be received and welcomed. I invite everyone else to turn towards the center and rise as you're able and create kind of an arch. And if you're on Zoom, I invite you to raise your arms up as well and create an arch on the screen. For those of you standing in the back of the room, I know that you're going to want to say nice things to our seniors right away, but please, when they arrive, just hold tight until after the benediction, and then we can all be fully present in this ritual. Seniors, as you head down the center aisle, know that every single person here and on Zoom is rooting for you, supporting you, and ready to invite your whole self into the midst. Please go down the center aisle and stand in the back, surrounded by the adults who are part of your formation here.
I know it's almost anticlimactic, but we still have flower communion, so everybody have a seat. There's a lot going on. All the flower days got put together this year. Those of you in the back, you're welcome to stay back there, or you're welcome to come back to your seat as we begin our flower communion. Today we join with other UU congregations around the world in the celebration of flower communion. This ritual is a beautiful symbol of unity that holds an important place in our history. In June of 1923, 100 years ago, a Unitarian minister, Norbert Chapek, introduced flower communion to his congregation in Prague. He wanted his congregation to have a religious symbol of unity, but he felt that the traditional Christian communion of bread and wine was not appropriate for members of his church who had rejected Catholicism. Thank you. So he took on a new symbol. He looked to nature, and flower communion was born. As time went by, the Nazis gained power in Europe. They considered Norbert Chopek's liberal religious beliefs a danger to their growing power. He was arrested by the Gestapo in 1941. He was imprisoned at a concentration camp, and he was executed in 1942. Norbert Chopek was a martyr for liberal religion, but his legacy and the practice of flower communion were brought to the United States by his wife, Maya Chopek. Our congregation shares a special connection to this piece of UU history. Members of the Chopek family later became members of our congregation. It is for this reason that our woods are named in Dr. Chopek's memory. Every year at Flower Communion, we honor the memory of Norbert Chopek. We each bring a flower and we leave with another one. And some of you are going, oh no, there are extra flowers. There are always extra flowers. It is a sweet, simple ritual that reminds us of how much we impact each other. We leave here changed because of our interactions with others, and we change others through those interactions too. I am me because you are you, and together we are Birmingham Unitarian Church. We remain distinct flowers, but we are also one bouquet. This is the mystery of our religious life together. May it be so. At this time, I'd like to invite any children forward that would like to help hand out flowers. We have a couple plants to make sure that we get started, but anybody that wants to help and is under like maybe 10 or so, please come on up and we'll start passing out the flowers. Thanks, Abby.
Pulpit a little floral. All right. So anyways, please join me and rise in body or spirit to sing hymn 1023, Building Bridges.
visions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me with all of our voices and all of our visions? Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. You reach out to me with all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. We could make such sweet harmony. Woohoo!
Before we wrap up service, I would just like to give some thanks to our Director of Religious Education, Shannon Sneidman, for being awesome and always being there. I'd like to give thanks to her on behalf of all of the youth group for being awesome and always being there to help us. So, on behalf of all of the youth group, I have a flower for you to symbolize our gratitude.
Back. All right. Go now into this world as a beacon of hope and joy. Go in love, go in peace. Now that our worship has ended, our service has only just begun.